welcome back to my channel. So today I'm continuing my dessert inspired makeup series with a red velvet cupcake inspired makeup. I've got the like burgundy lips, burgundy eyes to go with that red velvet cake, and then I've got the inner corner highlight and the white winged liner to tie in the cream colored frosting. I'm not the biggest fan of red velvet, but like red velvet has the best aesthetic, so I thought I would go with that next. I'm really happy with how this turned out, so if you'd like to see how I got this, then please keep watching. So I've already got my foundation and brows on. I'm just going to now conceal under my eyes using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I am in the shade 15 Fair with this concealer. I always make sure to conceal in these areas as well because I get a lot of darkness in those areas. And I'm just buffing that in with my Real Technique sponge. So to set under my eyes, I'm going to be using my Face of Australia translucent powder. I'm just going to get some of that on my sponge. I'm just going to press it in. I'm not bringing it too high because I have like fine lines right under my eyes, so it will accentuate that if I do that. But I have sunken in eyes, which means that I have like a line here, so this just kind of helps hide that a little. I'm just setting the rest of my face with the same powder, just with a normal powder brush. To contour today, I'm just taking my Anastasia contour palette in the shade light to medium, and I'm just going to mix these two shades. For blush today, I'm going to take my Too Faced Love Flush palette, and I think I'm going to use the shade Love Hangover. To highlight, I'm going to take my Colourpop highlighter. This one is in the shade Lunch Money. I'm just applying it with my fingers because these Colourpop highlighters get really patchy and cakey if you apply it with a brush. So I'm just going to prime my eyes using my Too Faced Shadow Endurance Primer. The last tube I got of this, it was really separated in the tube, and when I would squeeze it out, like a bit of clear liquid would come out and then the rest would come out, and it was just kind of gross. But I got a different mini one from my Mecca Beauty loot box, and I'm loving it. I love this primer so much. Now I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette today, so I'm just going to use the shade Tempera to set down that primer. Next I'm going to take the shade Raw Sienna. I'm just going to use this as my transition shade, and I'm just going to buff it into the crease. So going to focus it on the outer third. I'm going to wing the shadow out a little bit because that's how I like my shadow, and also I'm going to apply winged liner, so the shape will just fit with that. I'm also just taking that on the lower lash line. Next I'm going to be taking the shade Red Ochre. I did want to use a shade kind of in between Red Ochre and Raw Sienna, but there's not really any in this palette that has the right undertones that I want. So I'm just going to go straight into Red Ochre and just build it up slowly. If you go straight from a lighter colour to an intense colour like Red Ochre without any other colours in between, it can get pretty hard to blend it out. It's always a lot easier to blend if you're using like 5 different colours and just getting slightly darker each time. But if you don't have that option, just take a tiny bit on your brush each time and just build it up slowly. I'm bringing the shade Red Ochre further onto the lid than I did with the other one. Because it's a red velvet look, I want the red to really stand out, whereas Raw Sienna was just a transition colour to help the red blend. I'm just going to take a bigger, fluffier brush to help blend all of that out. And again, I'm just going to take this shade onto the lower lash line as well. And I'm going to blend it down quite far. Does anyone else have an eye that they just can't blend properly on? Like, I think it's just because I'm right-handed, so for my left eye I have to reach over, but this eye can be perfectly blended and this eye just looks like a choppy mess. It frustrates me so much. Okay, next I'm going to take the shade Venetian Red and I'm just going to put that in the crease as well. And I'm just going to put that in like the same place that I put Red Ochre. I just want the red to be a little more on the cool side. And next I'm just going to deepen up the outer third a little bit, just using the shade Cypress Umber. I'm also just sweeping that onto the lower lash line, just in that very outer third area. I've blended up towards the brow bone a little higher than I would like, so I'm just going to go in with Tempera on my brow bone and just clean that up a little bit. Now, right in the center of the lid where I've left some space, I'm just going to pack the shade Antique Bronze. I'm just going to take a mixture of Primavera and Vermeer and I'm going to use that to highlight the inner corner. Now, as well as that inner corner highlight, to tie in that cream coloured frosting on a red velvet cake, I'm going to go in with white winged liner. I'm just going to be using my NYX liquid liner. This is my first time using this liner, so I hope it goes okay. It didn't turn out too bad, but this liner is very crumbly. If you can see there, it looks like it's going to crack away, but it still doesn't look too bad. I think in the future I would just use this for details, not a full wing. Now I'm going to apply mascara. I'm just using my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. And now for falsies, I'm going to be using my Glam by Manicure Alessandra lashes. So these lashes have quite a firm lash band, so I couldn't get them as close to my natural lashes as I would like. So I'm just going to try and go in with my NYX black liner and try and fill in the gaps where some of the white is showing through. So to finish up this look, I'm doing the lips. I'm going to be using my Colourpop Ultra Matte Lipstick in the shade Tulle. And that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am loving the dessert inspired makeup, although so far they've both been like burgundy red kind of themed, so hopefully I can change that up soon. A lot of cakes are kind of just like browns and dark browns, so I'll switch it up a bit. I'll see what different ones I can do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.